Now Sweden has been blocked from deporting a Moroccan asylum seeker thought to be a potential terrorist by security services. The man appealed to the European Court of Justice after Swedish intelligence decided he was a threat to national security, recommended deportation, but the court ruled that the man's extradition would violate the European Human Rights Convention because he could face torture in his home country. Fact, there was a similar case in Germany a few days ago. The country's high court prevented a Turkish man there who'd been convicted of supporting Islamic extremists from being sent to Turkey again because it was thought his human rights would be violated if he returned. Some of the reaction we've been hearing, the issue primarily is about the European Court of Justice (EU) organ, which is countermanding the desire of the Swedish state to remove an unwelcome alien and a threatening alien and a security risk alien from their own country. And yet the European Court of Justice says that individual rights trump the state, the rights of the state to protect his own people. We've got to be aware that there is a due process of law that should be conducted, and if anybody's involved in preparing terrorism and supporting it or increasing it, then the due process should take its cost. The European Court of Human Rights have a passer judgment which is that he cannot be deported, but it hasn't said that the state of Sweden cannot take action against this individual to lock him up if he poses a threat to the security of that country. He wasn't born in Sweden, he's come as a guest to Sweden, and the Swedish have looked at him and they've said this man is a security risk to our society, he needs to go back home. Now why the EU may disagree with that decision or not, we've got to respect the right of those institutions to make those decisions. And I go back to the central point: if these people are involved in terrorism, then what the countries should be doing is taking criminal action against those individuals. I'm putting them away behind bars. What should they do? That the bloke calls as a guest, he's a guest in Sweden, he's clearly an unwelcome guest because they feel he's a threat to their society. They were right to chuck him out, send it back home. That's what they're gonna do. I advise the Swedish government would be ignore the European Court of Justice. They're talking trollop. I send the bloke Lecter back to Morocco anyway, that's where he needs to go. He's a threat to their society. Quite clearly they've investigated it. No threat to us. Hardy, back he goes, and he'll have to take his chance back in Morocco. I just think due process is very, very important when we live in a democratic society where we have to understand and respect that process, and if the judiciary is making a decision we have to abide by it.